Welcome to the show. Tonight we see Trump and Tucker on Twitter, President Trump and Tucker going against Fox News, slapping them. Well, actually, that was a whip. Whipping them, whip it good. And then on another channel, the one I just mentioned, it's almost like saying the name John you know that name that should not be said. Almost saying Fox News is the same thing. They're going to have all the losers. Vivek Ramaswamy is not a loser. Keep that in mind. I said that. I love Vivek Ramaswamy. I actually have a Vivek Ramaswamy t-shirt coming in that was sent to me for free for making a donation. I didn't make the donation personally, but I'm getting the shirt. Anyway, all the other losers out there, if Trump was in their in their presence, they would have nothing to say about their policy, about how each other's policies might contradict each other, because they would not all of them, especially Vivek, because he doesn't believe in that, and we'll see tonight how he reacts, because he's taken on the liberal industrial complex, I'll call it. He's taken them on and destroyed them every single time, and he'll destroy all the GOP nominees. DeSantis is a robot. There's no chance against Vivek. No chance. Chris Christie? Woo! Asa Hutchinson may go back and forth with Vivek. We never know. I may be on the cut of the jib tonight doing commentary on that debate, where of course I will give the numbers to Tucker and Trump by watching on my phone and my iPad. I'll give them 2 more views while I'm on my computer doing the other one. Then I'll rewatch the Trump thing with Tucker, and I'll make a video about that, going over some of the important parts of it. Hopefully that video might help this channel get back to some of the followers that it had before YouTube has decided to take it down. In the meantime, we have a story out of Georgia. A teacher, what else is new, was the school board, in a very slim margin, had decided to fire this teacher for indoctrinating her students about gender identity. So, what I'm going to do is I'm not really sure how loud this background music is, because in my headphones it sounds loud, but then if I go to I rewatch, because obviously once you're done with the video, sometimes if you make videos, you go and click your video to see if the audio is good, and it sounds, I don't even hear the music, So if anyone's watching this, do you right now, as I'm asking this, do you hear the background music right now? I'm going to keep it at where it is, because it's not that loud. Wait, did I Yes, I did. Okay. All right, so a Georgia school board fires a teacher for reading a book to students about gender identity. Thank God. Finally, we're taking a step forward here. By Jeff Amy. This is from August 17th. Okay. I didn't know it was... All right, out of Atlanta. This is an AP article. A Georgia school board voted along party lines Thursday to fire a teacher after officials said she improperly read a book on gender fluidity to her 5th grade class. That, to me, should be a crime. Anything regarding stuff like this being taught to kids, in my personal opinion, should be a crime. And I'm not one of those... what's the word for it? I've committed crimes. I've been charged with crimes. Okay, so I'm no saint. But you know what? A lot of people say, well, if you're not I don't even want to use the real example. If you're not from Macon, Georgia, then you're not a Macon, you're not Georgian. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if that makes sense, actually. Whatever. You know what? That's not the point. The point is, I've done things wrong, right? But because wait, let me think of a better example of what the liberals do. They say because here's an example. If you're talking to them about just anything about the VAX, the JABO, right? And you're talking, and once you get an upper hand, the first thing that they do is, are you a doctor? Did you go to school for this? What degree do you have? You don't need a degree to know what's real and what reality is. Am I right or am I wrong? So in my case, being charged with crimes, being arrested, I've been arrested multiple times, okay? So I have the right, in their mind, I have the right to discuss people who have been arrested because I myself have been arrested, correct? So, I'll tell you right now, this person should be arrested because what they're doing, I would consider this child abuse. Now, the problem is, this is Cobb County, Georgia. Of course, you know the big boss man is from Cobb County, Georgia, and he wants you to do hard time. Right? So the Cobb County School Board in suburban Atlanta voted 4-3. 4-3 in Atlanta. They won. Are you even thinking in your head right now going, wow, I would probably see maybe a 5-2 win for not firing her in Atlanta. But no, things are changing. Things are changing. The panel found after a 2-day hearing that Rinderley, whatever her name, what's her name? Did it say her name? Kate Rinderley, or Rinderley, whatever. The panel found after today's hearing that she violated district policies, but said she should not be fired. That's what the school board said. She had been a teacher for 10 years when she got in trouble in March for reading the picture book, My Shadow is Purple, which is an outrageously stupid book that's made to indoctrinate children by Scott Stewart, who is a children indoctrinator. After which some parents complained. Of course they did. The case has drawn wide attention as a test of what public school teachers can teach in class, how much a school system can control teachers, and whether parents can veto instructions they dislike. Of course they should be able to. It comes amid a nationwide conservative backlash. No, it's a nationwide reality, people with moral backlash to books and teaching about sex subjects in school. That's all. I don't even have to say those letters. It's just sex subjects. They're talking about sex. Every letter there has to do with sex. That plus sign has to do with sex. Rinder declined comment after the vote but released a statement through the Southern Pop. Wow. The Southern Poverty Law Center. If you think the Southern Poverty Law Center is legit in any way possible, please click away from this video. Do never come back, please. I'm really not worried that much about followers if it's going to be people who would listen to any word said by the ACLU or the Southern Poverty Law Center. They're liars. They use their platform to attack people they don't like. They take money and they give money to the wrong and the worst people in the world. This district is sending a harmful message that not all students are worthy of affirmation and being their they use these words. Wait. Okay, they didn't. I thought I said something else. They use these words, unapologetic and affirmation, to like get your mind like, blah blah blah, because they're like big words, and not everybody who hears them is gonna be like, you're just giving me a word salad, like me or my friend Chris would think. when hearing something like this, we would just be like, you just gave me a word salad of nothing, and that's what they do. They add these words, they mix them together. So let's read this again. The district is sending a harmful message that not all students are worthy of affirmation in being their unapologetic and authentic selves. What does that mean? Explain that to us, Mrs. Rindley. She said that in the statement that she made. She also said this decision, based on intentionally vague policies, yeah, they're intentionally vague in your favor. 99.9%, 99.99999 with a bar over it. If you know math, you know what that means. Percent of the time, they're vague in your favor. Will result in more teachers self-censoring, which they're supposed to do, in fear of not knowing where the invisible line will be drawn. Teachers, if you are a teacher, hold on, I'm not even, this pisses me off a little too much. If you are a teacher and your problem is that you're not getting affirmed by children, then you have a fucking problem. You don't need to be working with kids. Actually, you need to step into a fucking police station and tell them what you've done, because I know that you did something to a kid or with a kid that was inappropriate recently. That's how bad you are. You know it. I know it. No teachers are watching this right now, but if they ever do, fuck you. Hi, Matt. What's up, Chris? I didn't even know you guys are there. I'm just mad. I'm very mad. Anyway, okay, here's some more. Southern poverty law thing. The board's 4 Republicans voted to fire Rindley. Thank fucking God. While 3 Democrats voted against firing her after unsuccessfully seeking to delay the vote. What else is new? Superintendent Chris Ragsdale, who is backed by the Republican majority, see how they had to add that, had originally recommended Rindley be fired. Yeah, anyone with a brain would recommend that, okay? The district is pleased that this difficult issue has concluded. Yes, thank God. But she's still going to be around kids. She's going to get hired somewhere else very quickly. We are very serious about keeping our classrooms focused on teaching, learning, and opportunities for success for students. The board's decision is reflective of that mission. The Cobb County Big Boss Man District said in a press release. You do not want to go to jail in Cobb County because the Big Boss Man, who died in 2002, is going to lay down the law. He's going to put you in a headlock. What are you thinking in Cobb County? That's Big Boss Man town. Her lawyer, Craig Goodmark, told reporters after, I always play that game with Bam Bam Bigelow, and he's from what part of New Jersey is he from? Asbury Park, New Jersey, and that's local. I go to New Jersey all the time. Even though he died too, rest in peace to those guys. Bam Bam Bigelow town. Don't go to Asbury Park, or you're gonna get bam bammed. Anyway, I didn't know I had people watching. Yeah. You notice I'm wearing my Britney shirt. I had to. Hey, Matt. Hold on a second. I gotta do something here, because you guys never show up in my streams, especially Matt. I've been waiting for you to show up so I can moderate you. I think Chris is, I can't see it from my, Chris knows from EV Mux, on the comments, you can't see, who's what and whatnot like that. So if I go to the chat here, add as moderator for Matthew Zizzo, yes, because I intend to keep this channel for a long time, even though I just went on a rant. Matt, you're now a moderator because eventually people will be here. This is also streaming to Rumble, by the way. I get a lot more views on Rumble. I know it's not a lot, but my Rumble videos get 70 to 100 views each time I do one of these. But I only have the same amount of subscribers on Rumble, 13 subscribers. So Yeah, I wore my Britney shirt on purpose. Boss hog. Hoss. Asbury Park is Prince's estate. There's some history there. Yeah. It's because we have jobs, damn it. Chris. I'm talking about late at night. Especially, I was talking about on Friday when you were sick. You know what I'm talking about. Don't give me that bullshit. During the day, I'm not worried about... I'm not worried about it ever, actually. I'm just saying. I've done... If you look at my live section, you'll see how many times... Sometimes in a day, I've streamed 5 times. You know? And, I just stream to get these stories out. You know? So that's cool. And I'll be there tonight with you. I don't know if you heard me say that. Were you here, Chris, when I was talking about you a few minutes ago? About how we wouldn't, like, fall for this stupid shit? Yeah. Yeah. Woo! No. No, I'm only on my, like, this one goes to Rumble, so I'm gonna be a little more whatever. But everything, I know you are. I saw you're short with the bathroom thing. You know, I know you're giving me a hard time, dude. I'm messing around. But when I do stream to Rumble also, I might be a little more, I might be a little less, well, there might be a better chance that I might get some sort of strike. But when I lost my last channel, it was because of a retroactive TOS thing. They changed it, retroactively went back, and it was a video that, it was like the first video I ever uploaded of the Sour Patch Kids commercial that was banned. That's what got Duck Taco taken down, was that video, because I thought it was a stream I did, you know, that would come on this channel too, but it wasn't. If you want to see my OnlyFans, I just want to make you aware, it's all gaping asshole. Straight up GA, gaping asshole, nonstop gaping asshole. Let's get back to this story here. Her lawyer, who's an asshole. No, of course everyone deserves a defense lawyer. Like I said, I've been charged, I've been arrested, I've been involved in God knows how many police encounters. You know, so I feel like in the liberal sense, in the way they think of it, I have a right to speak on things like this, because just like I said, like they do. If unless you've been there, you're not allowed to talk about it. Well, I've been there, so this person should be arrested. Let's see where I was at. 4 Republicans read that. The district is pleased that this difficult issue is computed. Okay, yeah. The district is pleased that this difficult issue has concluded. We are very serious about keeping our classrooms focused on teaching, learning, and opportunities for success for students. The board's decision is reflective on that mission. Hey, you guys, since you're in here, this is the question I was asking. Can you hear the background music? Can you hear it at all while I'm talking? Or even when I'm not talking, do you hear it at all? Because I want to figure out how the volume actually works. Because in my headphones, it's pretty loud. But then I rewatch the video, and I don't hear it. So if someone could tell me if you hear the background music, is it too low, or is it just good? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Hey, Stacy. So I just want to know if it's too loud or is it too low? Because if it's too low, then it's pointless to even use, you know. Because I made this specific song for like to start the videos with. That's why it starts with the little ring. This part right here. Ready? Little drums. The little drums start part there. If you didn't watch, guys, go to the folder on my channel. Chris, I'm going to tell them about it. It's called Interstellar Burst. I put 3 tracks up there. They're obviously not finished. They're just a little bit of electronic music that is going to be turned into some other stuff me and Chris are working on. The last video that I put up called Marco V193. I think you might like that one, especially Zizzo. I'm pretty sure you might like that one. Yeah, you like that though, right? That's pretty cool, right? It's good at the level it is. It isn't corned if loud. Oh shit. Well, yeah, I've seen that. Okay, so let's finish this story up here. I think I read that. Cobb County, Georgia, doing hard time. Does anyone remember the Big Boss Man song? Her lawyer, idiot, told the reporters after meeting in Marietta, Georgia, didn't even say Georgia, that the vote was an act that can only be construed as politics over policy. Yeah, what do you do? What are the? I mean, these people are so open with their bullshit. It's unbelievable. Reiterating that the board policy prohibiting teaching on controversial issues was so vague that Rinderle couldn't know what was allowed or not. Of course she couldn't know because she's an idiot. The hearing tribunal seemed to agree with that point, refusing to agree with the statement that Rinderle knowingly and intentionally violated. She knew what she was doing. Get the fuck out of here. That was an ACLU comment, I bet. It's impossible for a teacher to know what's in the minds of parents when she starts her lesson. No, it's not. Go online, go on Twitter, and just type in whatever you need to type in about how parents feel about what their kids are, what's going on with their kids in school, and then you'd fucking know. Because parents want to know. The parents, what's on their minds is this person going to destroy my child's life? That's what's on their fucking minds. I can tell you that from experience. For parents to be able, with a political agenda, to come in from outside the classroom and have a teacher fired is completely unfair. It's not. It's not right. Yes, it is. It's terrible for Georgia's education system. They hardly have one. But if they did, no, I'm not saying that. There's a lot of good schools in Georgia, of course. But they're all liberal fucking shitholes. They're all liberal fucking. They might not be shitholes. Well, some of them are. I like to use the word shitholes. Thank you, President Trump, for letting me expand on the word shithole and piss people off with it. Rinderle could appeal her firing. Yeah, appeal the firing and then go back to the job that fired you. That's a good idea. That'll work out. Go do that, please. Please enjoy yourself. You know what's really funny? It's regarding this story. What's really fucking funny is that some of these teachers, or actually, not the teachers, the board, people like Mark Dice or Alex Stein, they'll go into a school board, they'll read the actual books out of an elementary school library where a kid can take it. They'll read word for word, and they'll get shut down because they're saying it's inappropriate for you to say that in here. Well, then why are these books available to my 7-year-old? If I can't read it to adults, they're covering their ears and their eyes like this is horrible. Oh my god. Well, that's what you're saying that kids should be reading. There's a book about how a boy should give another boy a BJ, and it's in the elementary schools, right? So if I can't read that to an adult without them squirming, why is it in a school? I'll work on it this week, maybe released in a few weeks. Yeah, we got time, bro. Like I said, I did 3 pre-mixed tracks of what, the last one was a violin trap sound I put together, and I added the Marco V, the Stuttering John comments as part of the music. That's why I think it's funny. So please watch that, Matt. If you're still here, you're not. But anyone who sees this, please go watch the Interstellar Burst video called Marco V 193. I think it's funny. Obviously, in the end, I don't think Chris and I are going to use, Stuttering John's voice in a song. But for now, it's funny. Let's read what Matt said here. Need a song called The General. Well, The General, yeah. The General, but it should be about, Shaq. I love Shaq. Things are being based more on logic as of very recently, in my opinion. Or, in my opinion, we need to go back to absolutely 20 years. I think we've gone back about 4 years so far. Yeah, my thing is, Matt, and I've said this to a lot of people, especially in person, like in my real life, just my family and friends or whatnot. I always say that in 20 or 25 years from now, me you, everyone who's listening right now are fucked, because there's no kids. Well, there's not none, but there's a very small amount of American children in school right now who are going to come out of school and say, I want to be a doctor. I want to be a therapist. I want to be a dentist. I want to be all these things that we need. They want for free, but they're not going to go to school to learn to be one of those. You know, they're not going to do it. So if we get sick, and God forbid one of us gets sick, you know, I already have an autoimmune disease, a chronic illness. I'm already screwed. But God forbid someone else gets sick in 20 years. If there's enough doctors, you know what? I always say this. I will eat my shoes. In 25 years, I'll eat the dirty shoes that I have today. I'll hold on to them for 25 years. If there's enough doctors to help people that are our age now, at that time, I will eat the shoes that I'm gonna wear, that I was wearing a few minutes ago. I will eat them piece by piece, just like a cannibal would murder someone and then cut their body up and leave it in the freezer and then eat it over the course of a month. I will eat a shoe, both shoes, if that's the case. Give me a 20-year-old kid right now that knows their time. Yeah, right. And can estimate distances in feet or meters, things of that nature. I'm laughing because that's funny. It's not even like, I don't even think it's possible. That's why the kids that are around me, whether it's mine, my nieces, nephews, whatever it is, whenever they're around me, they hear reality. I always tell them, and I always see like my sister or someone like standing in the background with like their hands on their hips while I'm going, you know, boys can't be girls, right? Or, you know, things of that nature. Matt, if you go check the shorts on this video, Chris and Stacy have seen them. I don't want to say who the kids are, but I have 2 videos of kids telling me that a man went into the bathroom with them at Buffalo Wild Wings here in Hicksville. A man went into the bathroom with them, and there's 2, is part 1 and part 2, and they're explaining to me how uncomfortable and scared they were that this man came in to stare at little children in the girls' bathroom. Please check those out. We were forced into school, and that's a good thing for children. Yes, it is. Oh, yeah, that's what you meant. The bathroom. See, when you said that, I didn't really know what you meant. Sorry, brother. But yeah, you know what? It is a good thing to force them into school, because otherwise they're gonna, you can't get a tattoo, you can't drink, you can't do this, but you can cut off your dick, and you can say, I don't want to go to school anymore when you're 7, right? So. And this is totally off topic, but one of the things in California that really fucking got me, and I'm going to tell you right now, this little vape here, it's an indica. It's called Thor's Hammer, and it's called Thor's Hammer for a reason, because it hits you like a fucking hammer. So just in case that happens in the next few minutes, but I forgot what I was saying. I was going to say something totally off topic, but I forgot. So let me finish this. Cobb County adopted... Yeah, okay. Oh, see? This is what I'm scared of. Rinderlake could appeal her firing to the state board, blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Although she was fired effective immediately, she's still licensed and can teach elsewhere. She will be a teacher again, Good Mark said. But would you consider people like this teachers or just straight up indoctrinators? Would you call them propagandists or teachers at this point? If you have a teacher, if anyone has kids, anyone who has kids that is hearing this, if you go to school on the first day of school and you see that the teacher either is holding a stuffed animal or has purple hair or even isn't just dressed appropriately to be a teacher, just as the teachers that we grew up with, the males usually had, if they didn't have a tie on, they had a button down shirt and some slacks. Women just dressed like women, normal women. None of them were acting like children. They didn't need the little kids in their classrooms to affirm them and their gender identity. They didn't make the class about their who they can't have sex with because they had their dick cut off, things like that. Those things didn't happen to us, and that we need to get back to that. The Cobb County School District is very serious about the classroom being a neutral place for students to learn. I hope so, and I believe the Cobb County School District because, well, actually, I don't believe them. Culve said at the hearing, one-sided instruction on political, religious, or social beliefs does not belong in our classrooms. That is a great quote. Angry reaction after... Oh, I missed it. I wanted to read that. No, those shoes are pretty cool looking. What are those? Okay, so that article is over. I forgot to make it any bigger. Yeah, Thor's hammer, nigga. Whoops, see, that's one of those things that'll get me schmagaggled out of here. Yeah, this is I don't know. I don't have my lights on, but let's see. Can you see? Thor's hammer, indica. Yeah, it's not much left in it. It's already back down to there. But I did get my Uncle Ed gave me a little of his mids. Now, I don't know if anyone smokes any weed around here, but when's the last time you saw like regs with like stems and shit? Well, I have some mid. It's not regs, and I have so much that I just put it in the grinder and it's overflowing out the top. This is like mid, and it's actually not bad. I rolled a joint. I rolled a joint with it with my favorite papers are these classic raw black. These ones. They have them at 7-Eleven, and Amir over at 7-Eleven. When I say I need papers, he knows which ones I'm talking about. All right, let's see. I got another article. Let me just. I didn't plan on people being here, so I wasn't gonna go much further. But let's pull up something else here. Just got to pull up AP Politics. Here we go. Is this a video? Yeah, it's good though. I'm gonna do this one. Bang, bing, 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 bing. Wayne Brady. All right, let's go over. Since this is a classroom of sorts, let's go over some definitions. Black privilege, and we have a new one today too. Undue favoritism often granted to black people in America due to exploiting grievances about injustices in the distant past and laying guilt trips on white people in order to subvert equal rights and blind justice, often stemming from false perceptions of racism where none exists, or fabricating incidents of racism, Justice Smollett, in order to leverage power over white people. Now, they say they can't be racist because they're black or whatever. Only white people can be racist. No, anti-whiteism then. How about that? Prejudice against white people or hostility toward hatred of stemming from envy, of course, or bigotry. And then we have a new one. I have a new definition that I seem to... Oh, there it is. Are you ready for this one? Are you ready for this one? Black fragility, discomfort, and defensiveness on the part of some black people who live in a predominantly white culture due to fixating on long since past injustices which they never experienced and weren't experienced by anyone in their family alive today, causing them to imagine racism where none exists and pine away for living in a culture that is predominantly black instead. What do you think about that, guys? Let me see. And I haven't looked down. I got some info. What do you mean you got some info? What is that? What do you mean? You should have to take a psychiatric test to be a police officer or a teacher. Absolutely. You got some info. How do I send the link? I've actually never sent the link before. How do I do it? If you really want me to send it, where's the thing to send the link on here, Chris? It's the invite button at the bottom. Oh, duh. Alright, I'll email it to you. While I'm sending Chris the link, I'll make that a little louder for you guys. Gino today is at his first doggy daycare. Yes. Doggy daycare. I have been without Gino all day today. Why does it take 5 years for Gmail to come up? Come on. Is it because I'm sharing all these tabs? It says I'm pressing compose email and it's not going. Okay, here we go. And of course now when fucking Chris's email doesn't pop up when I start the beginning of it, I think I know how to spell it. Chris, can you just text me your text me your email because my Gmail is like on slow motion, and when I press the A, because I know it starts with A, it usually would come up, but it's not. I know AN, and but I don't know how to. I don't know if it's what is it? Judy. I don't know if you want people to know your. Oh, I got it. There it is. Okay, so now the link is sent. So now let me see what happens when you get the link. Let me see how this works now, how I get you on. You're going to pop up at the bottom of the screen, I assume. Let's see. All right, Chris is coming in. This is the first time I've ever brought anyone into my stream. So, give me a break here. All right, it says I have a screen share. I assume that might be... No, I'm gonna disable that. I'm gonna totally disable sharing my screen. Yeah, the internet has been slow today, especially where I am. If I bring the computer downstairs, it works great. Even though I have like that modem thing that makes the modem faster or whatever, it's not really working. I'm the furthest away in my house from the modem that you could possibly be. When I brought this laptop the other day and I did a stream from the living room table, my Wi-Fi was great. Actually, last night my Wi-Fi went off and I went to go fix it, and everyone who is the kids, not everyone, but the kids were playing with the Wi-Fi right by the router, and they were mad because I had to unplug it and restart it for mine to work, but theirs was working fine. So yeah, Chris, the link's been sent to you. I guess I'm not sure if you know that or not yet, so I'll just go on to what I was going to pine on about. Oh, now I'm using the word pine after I read it in that thing. All right, so let's do this. Trump won't be at the first Republican. He shouldn't be at any Republican debate. He's already won. There's no chance for anyone else to win. There's no reason for him to get attacked by Chris Christie. Stupid. And what's really boss is him, who got screwed by Fox News, and Tucker, who got screwed by Fox News, are going against Fox News tonight, and I agree with them on that, and that's why I support that. Trump won't be at the GOP's first presidential debate, but his presence will be felt. Vivek Ramaswamy is obviously the champ of all of these. Look at Mike Pence. I mean, I can't believe that I even trusted that face in 2015, 2016. Look at that face. All right, there's Chris in the bottom there. So I'm going to take care of this, get this out of here, and then pull Chris in.
Oh, hi.
We got to do... How do I get rid of... Oh, this is this. Okay. What's up, Chris?
What's happening? Is everything all good in the hood?
Yeah. That was pretty easy. I never brought anyone on here, as you know, so I figured you would just pop up at the bottom screen there, on the screen there, and that's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, basically, I've been dealing with perverts all day today.
Oh, yeah, I know. Please tell
Okay. First, I'll tell you the thing you don't know about. Okay?
Oh.
Well, I gotta go pull up this article here. There was a guy that was arrested in Morganton. Now get this. Okay, this guy's name is blah 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 blah.
That's a good name.
Why didn't they put his name in the... Oh, here it is. Aaron Doyle Murching. Okay? This guy is a pastor in the area. But not only that, he's not just a pastor. Okay? Not just...
See Chris Freeze? Is anyone seeing Chris Frozen? Chris, you froze on me. And I feel like because of the shitty equipment I have, that's probably my fault. I'm gonna remove Chris from the thing and have him come back in. Let's see if I add him back. No, see, he froze up. Not me. Haha, it wasn't me this time. But when he comes back, he does have a... Wait, no. Can he add... Shit. I don't know how to do this. Push... What is this? Push to talk. Open chat. Does he know he froze? Alright, you're back. Okay. Alright, there you go.
I think it was an issue on my end that time.
I was going to say, it's finally not me.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. The EV Mux doesn't like green screens for guests, apparently. So, I think that's the issue. But anyway, this guy, let's see, what was the name again? Aaron Doyle Murching is not only a pastor of Thrive Church over here, but
how far away from your house is that?
Thrive Church is probably about 2 miles.
Okay.
And he's also a kindergarten teacher over at what is it?
Profile.
Yeah, of New Dimensions, which is like the school for the gifted kids.
Right.
Okay.
Stacy works in a place like that.
Yeah. Now the thing is, he has been arrested for going and touching children. They decided to set his bond at $20,000. Just $20,000.
He walks out.
And dude, you got to see this picture of him. I'm gonna see if I can send you this picture here. I'm gonna see if it'll show up in the internal chat here.
Let's see.
Yeah, there we go. He is wearing a shirt with Charlie Brown on it that says "Good Grief."
Oh my god, this guy is unbelievable. Oh my god. I can't wait to pull this up. Okay, wait. How do I pull that up now? Okay, I got it here. Oh my god.
Have you seen the picture?
Oh yeah. I'm about to pull him up. Wait, how do I pull it up? Oh, I got it. All right, I want to get the best option though here.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is him.
Yes.
Where did it go? Yeah, let me zoom. This is your Facebook post, I assume.
Yes.
Let's go like this. So, do you want me to read this, or you want to read this?
Oh, you can go and read it if you want to, because there's some interesting things that I ended up putting in there.
Okay, so this is Christopher's post. So this pervert was arrested today. He was a pastor at Thrive Church and a teacher at New Dimensions. Like Chris said, New Dimensions is a place for gifted children or whatnot. Now, first of all, $20,000 bond should have some extra zeros added to it. Yeah, about 3 at least, in my opinion. But that's a lot. I mean, but in my opinion, he shouldn't be allowed out at all. Shame on you, Morganton. Shame on you, Morganton. Secondly, I've seen the LGBTQ crowd cheering that it wasn't a drag. You know what? That's great. Drag queen arrested. I think praising the fact it wasn't a drag queen this time shows that you were excited. You finally found one who wasn't a drag queen. That's exactly what it is. I mean, they're like, oh, look, one of them isn't us. I mean, that's not an argument. Meaning that you are so used to your own people doing this. Right. You more just expose yourself with those statements. So yeah, basically they're so used to that because many of these drag queen story hour people are registered sex offenders, right? And we know that for a fact. So for them to see, this is great. Yeah, you got a great point there. The fact that they're like, well, he's not a drag queen is it makes it even worse. It makes them. It's like, okay, so more of you are like that, not less. You're adding to your list of your disgusting animals. Oh man, I like that. How you could send me that in the chat like that. That's good.
Yeah, and look at the shirt. Scroll down so everybody sees the completeness of that shirt there.
Okay, 1 second. Good Good grief. I love it. Charlie Brown.
Yep.
That is a great shirt. And look at his face. Good grief. It is a perfect shirt. You know what? One of my favorite things, Chris, is to see those what are they called? These photos when they get arrested. Mugshots. The mugshots with people who are wearing shirts that are ironic to them getting arrested. There's like a whole thing of them, like a thread of them on Twitter that are just, unbelievably hilarious.
Yeah. And
so go on. Yeah, you got more.
Oh yeah, I had another run in. I mean, today has just been the day for these type of perverts. I had this gentleman come into the store today. Well, gentleman, that's a stretch. But he comes in, this older guy, and he's, saying, I need a collar for my cat. The cat is, we don't sell cat stuff over there, but we do have some stuff. But, he goes and says, my cat's at the vet, and I need a new collar and all that stuff. I had a friendly back and forth with him, sold him collars, some cat treats, and all that stuff, and he got a harness as well. And, so I ended up selling him that, and then he goes, and by the way, he goes and shakes my hand. He goes, by the way, what's your name? And I said, Christopher. He goes, oh, my son's name is Christopher Pyle. And I was like, oh no, no. I was like, oh no. This better not be the bastard I'm thinking of, because there's a former member of Leonard Skinner, the drummer, that went to jail for touching little kids. He lives about a block away from me, by the way. Never seen the guy.
Oh, he lives right that close to you?
Yeah. And as soon as I heard that last name, I was like, oh, no. So I go into the system. I was like, I'm going to look at the name that was on that credit card. There it is, Artemis Pyle.
And for those who don't know who that is, tell them who that is.
He is the former drummer for Leonard Skinner that got in trouble in the 90s for touching little girls. And
that's probably not the only time he did it. He just got in
Yeah.
trouble that time.
Yeah. And he also ended up, he was supposed to play the Morganton Festival. There was a petition that was passed around for the Morganton Festival to have him not play because there's going to be kids there.
Right.
You know,
which I agree with, of course.
You know, and so the thing is that I think the thing got like 3,000 signatures. You know, they got it out pretty late, so they weren't able to get as many as they could have. But he had a gig the day before, and the day before the gig was in Boone. Well, he didn't make it to the Morganton Festival, and the reason being is because of the fact he was in jail for drinking and driving the night before.
So he's not. He's got many issues going on, but the worst one, you know, is the children, which relates to how I started this stream.
Yep.
That's so ironic. And he would is he a survivor of the plane crash?
I think he was a later addition.
Yeah, he wasn't part of that. He wasn't. I don't think he was involved. But I that's what I'm. You first told me that earlier, I was like, was he in the plane crash? Is he one of the survivors, or was he? I wasn't sure because the name is, you know, very, to me, well-known name, you know. So
yeah.
And again, I wasn't sure if he was in the plane.
Actually, I'm looking at his Wikipedia right now, and it sounds like he may have been because it says Leonard Skinner. Then the next bracket down is after the plane crash. So, and this is his Wikipedia page.
So it sounds like he's, even though I don't trust Wikipedia for most things, this isn't a political thing. Yeah. So, you know, it's pretty much, I would say that sounds like he was in the plane.
Okay, his discography with Leonard Skinner goes from 1975 to 1991. So he was with them for 16 years. And the plane crash was in 79. So, yeah, he was apparently there.
See, that's even worse because he's a victim of a plane crash. He went through all this trauma, all this, and then, you know, I mean, God knows what happened to him when he was a kid, you know, because a lot of these people who are involved in stuff like this, things happen to them when they were a child. I've spoken on many streams before the statistics that show that when a straight, you know, young male is molested by an adult homosexual male, they end up you know, becoming child predators, whether it be homosexual or not. They end up, you know, having attraction to children at a huge rate.
Yeah,
at a huge rate.
Hey, you know, I'm over here looking to kind of give you guys a little bit of insight into what happened here. I'm looking at all this from Wikipedia, so take it with a grain of salt. But it says in 1993, Pyle was charged with an attempted capital sexual battery and lewd assault on 2 girls. He denied the charges, claiming the girls had been abused by people connected to babysitters in a Jacksonville mobile home park who held a grudge against him. Moreover, he claimed the allegations were an attempt to extort money from the Leonard Skinner organization. Weeks before the trial was due to start on January 1994, Pyle pleaded no contest rather than risk a mandatory sentence of life imprisonment if found guilty. Of the trial, he was sentenced to probation and required to register as a sex offender. In 2007, Pyle was charged with failure to register as a sex offender in St. Johns County, Florida. He rejected a plea offer and was acquitted by a jury in 2009.
You know, it's funny. I was just watching, you know, how Paul Rubens, Pee Wee Herman, just passed away.
Yeah.
He escaped. I just learned that just a half hour ago before I streamed that he escaped becoming a registered sex offender in one of his cases. He never was a registered sex offender, and he escaped it somehow through some law loophole. But he was supposed to be on the list for life, but he never was.
Now, you said one of the charges. Were there many things that...
Yeah, there was. He had the lewd act, which I don't even think is. I'm sorry, Matt. I don't think it's it was the, because back when he was masturbating in a porn theater. Today, if you
Yeah.
go to LA, you walk into one of these places, there's people passing HIV to each other like it's candy in the hallways. Okay, so this guy shouldn't have been charged for even he was even hiding it when he was it was the early 90s. But yeah, he had other instances where he was arrested for some other similar things, where he was supposed to be a registered sex offender. He should have been on the list. Yeah.
So what were the other?
What they were.
Oh, you
I
don't know what they were?
because do you know Dr. Todd Grande? Have you ever seen him on YouTube?
Can't say I have.
He's like this very dry, like nerdy looking guy, and he makes these dry humor jokes, and also his titles of his videos, he's a doctor too, are very very funny in a condescending way to the person he's talking about. Like he called Pee Wee Herman, he called him a clown. I don't know, he's really great. So I just watched his video, so I don't remember the charges, but I just happened to be watching the video. And also want to say this message here, this is the day the music died right here, this comment. Buddy Holly, Big Bopper, Richie Valens. That's the song, The Day the Music Died, is about that.
Yep. It was American Pie as well.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. So I do today, like I said, Gino is at doggy daycare, and I have to pick him up. We have to leave in a few minutes, so I only have a few minutes left.
Excellent.
Let you know.
Excellent. Yeah. Your doggy daycare is good for dogs when they're, especially if they're overactive, if they're like, if they
he is, and he likes to play with dogs, or anyone when I'm taking a walk, he wants to go see at the landscaper from down the street. He wants to jump on them. So to let him for a few hours, like maybe 2 times a week, go play with dogs for the day is great. So today was his his first day, so where they're gonna see if his temperament and all that stuff. So he's been there since 8:30, and it's about 5 o'clock. So
excellent. Well, you guys have a great rest of your day.
All right, thanks, buddy. I'll see you in a little while, I guess.
Sounds good. Shalom.
Oh, hey, Dollface. Oh, Chris is gone. I wasn't gonna leave yet. Hey, Dollface. My dog Gino is I don't know what to call him. He's a rescue. He's let me see if I can pull a picture up of him real quick. He looks like he's no, you don't want that one. He looks like he's like a Scottish Terrier, but we're not sure. That's him on the rocks. He's black. He has black eyes. If you look in my community tab, you'll see better pictures of him. And I got him a new leash and collar yesterday. New Jersey Devils leash and collar yesterday. So that's cool. Dollface, you and Matt showed up the one on the best day, but I have to go and pick up the dog now. I feel it sucks when the people show up. Now I gotta go. But I've been on for an hour now. Matt's been here most of the time. I think you just showed up though, doll. I feel bad. This sucks because I kind of want to keep going. We are going to be on Chris's channel. Well, see, here's the problem, and Chris knows it, is that tonight there's the Republican, debate. It's all the losers that can't win, right? On Fox News, and then on Twitter is Tucker Carlson interviewing President Trump, who's obviously the Republican nominee for president. There's no chance that anyone else will have that position, no matter what. If Trump happens to die, people will be writing his dead body in, so he will win no matter what. And okay, we could do that, Chris. Yeah. So I wanted to do that, but I'm definitely going to jump in with Chris tonight on the Republican part, and for a little bit. And like I said, watch. I'll keep my Tucker thing on the side just so I give them even two extra views is fucking Fox News, and that's what I like. So I'm gonna have my iPhone and my iPad watching Tucker, and I might even have it on in the background on my computer while I'm on with Chris later. So yeah. Anyway, Thank you for coming, Dollface. We did a story. We did a story about a teacher in Georgia who was fired for reading, indoctrinating children about gender ideology. And since you're still here, Chris, if you're still here, Chris, I'm sorry. I still have like 5 minutes. You didn't have to go that quick, but I'll do a strange history story. How about that? All right, 2 strange coincidences. Check this out. I like 2 strange. This book. You saw a couple of people liked this book last time. I have some Einstein's eyes. Okay, so the Roberts Express. On October 15th, 1952, a man named Robert Patterson was boarding a train from Phoenix to L.A. when the conductor told him that another man named Robert Patterson was already on board. The 2 Robert Pattersons had the same height, weight, and appearance. The train made an emergency stop in California and picked up another Robert Patterson. He looked like the other 2. The 3 Robert Pattersons disembarked in L.A. when a 4th Robert Patterson got on board. Number 2, strange coincidence. Never the twain shall meet. Mark Twain was born on November 30th, 1835, shortly after an appearance of Halley's Comet every 75 years, right? I think, right? The author thought that he and the comet were somehow connected. I know this story. I know what happens here. I came in with the Halley's Comet in 1835. It is coming again next year, 1910, and I expect to go out with it. This is great. The Almighty has said, no doubt. Now here are these 2 unaccountable freaks. They came in together. They must go out together. Twain died on April 21st, 1910, the day after Halley's Comet returned. So he predicted that he would die the way he came in. He came onto the planet Earth when the comet passed, and he died when the comet came back. That's fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy. Yeah, so all right, I gotta go pick up Gino, and I think 7 o'clock tonight, Dollface. Ask Chris, let me read the few more comments. That's crazy. Samuel Clemens. I might, depending, I'm looking at my messages on my phone right below me. I might stay. I might not have. I might have someone else pick the dog up. Let's see. No. Okay, actually, we will do the clips for Friday. Yeah. Wow. You know what? It really sucks that this is the first time I got people in the stream on this channel, and I have to go. I'm trying to get someone else to pick the dog up. Oh, I am about it. That's for sure. All right, when I come back, I'll come back and stream if you'll come back, guys. All right, I'm gonna end the broadcast. I'll be back in like 25 minutes, and I got a couple other stories we could do. Sound good? Come back in like 25, 30 minutes, or set your notifications. I'm not doing as many streams anymore because hockey's starting from this channel, so you're not gonna get notifications all the time. Every twice a day, 3 times a day. Might be once every 2 days or whatever. Let me go get Gino, and I'll be back. Thanks